Hey everybody! So my hand is working well enough I can hold a brush. I'm so excited about that. And I don't have to wear that brace, at least while I'm painting. I have to wear it at night, and I have a couple more appointments to work on it. But it's getting there, so this is my first day back at the easel. So I'm really happy about that. I'm just going to be working on this little fun tree. I chose this one because it's pretty simple for my hand to do. And I just wanted to bring these different highlights in on the tree. I'm going to start working on the base of this tree now. So the way I work it is I take a very flat, small brush like that. And for this tree I'm using black and white. Sometimes you change that up to, Sierra, burnt Sierra or brown, or sometimes I like to use the Payne's Gray. That's a fun one. But for this one, we're just doing black and white. And I just take it on the side of the brush and I just kind of draw lines as I go. Because when you look at a tree, the bark is all, layered and rough, and every tree is different. This particular kind of tree, this is how the bark looks to me anyway. And of course this is a fantasy painting, so it doesn't have to be exact, but you want the light to pull out here. So what I'm doing is causing it to become a 3D piece instead of just flat. And you do that by bringing your white out and you curve it like this. And then you bring your black in for this shading of it. So you have a shadow there on that ridge. And that brings that piece out. And then I'm going to kind of work a little bit of black in there as well. Because you don't want it to look like, okay, there's a stripe. You just want it to have a natural kind of a flow. And then over here on this part, you're going to have another one. And we're going to highlight that as well with some white. Remembering that bark is rugged. And catches the light different ways. Down here at the roots of a tree, they start to bend out. So we're going to give it a little lump there. Then you've got the feeling of roots that come out behind it. You don't want it to be real prominent because that's the back of the tree, but it gives you the idea that this tree is round and not just a straight up and down tree. So it helps you remember that, yes, there's a back of that tree. Then I come in here in the middle and we're going to shade here in the middle. And then somewhere in here is where I'm going to put the little door. I think usually I do it right in the middle, but I think this time we're going to be putting that little door over here, right there. So I just kind of do this shape and then work around that for now. And that's how we start working on the base of this tree. Just lines of black and white, just kind of feel it as I go and think about how a tree looks. And of course this is a different tree because it has a little either mouse house or a rabbit lair or a fairy's house entrance there. And on these trees, I'll also put a couple of windows, because you want to know that they live up in that tree. Could be an owl lives there too, but he'd live in an upstairs apartment. He wouldn't come in from downstairs. Guess it comes from all those books I used to read my little boy when he was little. I had so much fun reading him books. That's time that is not wasted. And I'm just adding more branches over the leaves that we worked on last time. It's pretty tedious, slow work doing this sort of stuff, but it's also, to me, it's soothing. I like doing the little branches. And I think you should take it slow, because you don't want to overfill your space that you've been working. Because you put a lot of work into those leaves, so you don't want to overfill it, overwork it, and have to come back with too many other leaves with it. And then remembering the branches over the years, they twist and they turn. Like people, they get gnarled, like my crooked hand. That's what happens. But I think that adds beauty, because it tells a story. Like all of my wounds and scars, I'm very proud of them. They came from hard work, adventures, fun. It's quiet in here today. Miss Molly's hanging out outside. She was trying to get me to come out, but I wanted to paint. Her favorite thing is in the summer, I can have my back door open. It's one of the wonderful things about New Mexico is that we don't have that many bugs. And also it's not humid, so you can enjoy the outdoor air a lot in the summer. So I leave that back door open, and she runs in, she runs out. She loves it when I'm painting in here, but in the winter, she just doesn't understand. And she has all that fantastic hair. All right, I hear my kiddo coming in, so I'm going to turn it off. Have a great day. Bye.